Today on City Next, getting your child ready for a new baby.
Try and hold yourself back. Let them explore the baby.
Yes.
It will make the transition a little easier.
Okay. Well, it's something that a lot of parents will think about when they're working on baby number 2 or number 3 or number 4, like we have right here. But how do you get your children that you already have out in the world running around prepared for this new baby? So Nanny Rabina is here. Give her a hand, guys. And we're going to talk about getting everything ready on the home front for when the new baby arrives. So what's the first thing you need to be aware of as a parent? Because it is kind of stressful when you think, there's a new baby coming, I'm busy with this one, and I've been one-on-one with this toddler for a long time.
Absolutely, and you know what, it's a pretty sensitive matter. If it's not treated correctly, you could end up with an older sibling that really doesn't welcome the baby.
Right.
That older sibling might say, it was nice while it lasted, but you can take him back to the shop now, Mum. I've actually heard that. I don't want the baby here anymore. It's okay, take him back. And you want to try and get the older sibling, obviously, to really embrace the baby, but you don't want to choke them to death over baby talk, because there's only so much you can do. And as you said, the one-on-one. So you know what my suggestion would be? The first stage of getting him involved is, let's make a craft for the baby.
Okay.
You know, so you sort of bring out some arts and crafts, or introducing something. And I have to say, you know, something like this, which is just absolutely beautiful. This is one I made earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold the cover of it for us open so we can see. So that's for my baby sister. Lift it up a little bit for us, Nanny Rabina.
There
Thank
you
you. And open the page. Look at that. So there's an ultrasound picture, there's a picture of the little boy.
I have to confess, Tracy, I so didn't make this. I'm not that arty. I have to confess. I don't want you all to think I can do this kind of art, because I didn't. Somebody else did it. But
that is beautiful.
But that would be, you know, maybe an early stage of getting an older sibling, sort of telling them, you know, we're going to have a baby. They're not going to understand the tummy, etc., until they actually start seeing, you know, the baby come. The other thing is, if you introduce that too early, you've got 9 months of when's it coming? When's the new baby coming?
Well, at what point do you introduce it, though? Like when you're like 5, 6 months along?
Well, you know, you've got to kind of use your own judgment, because what can happen is everyone else will start to talk about your pregnancy.
That's right.
Okay, and then it's like, oh, hang on, I'm the last to hear. And they tune into things like that. That, you know what, the whole family's talking about the new baby, but nobody told me there was another person coming along.
Right.
So be very sensitive to the baby's needs like that, to the older siblings' needs. Trying to divide the time once you've actually introduced them, I know it's not easy.
The hardest part is when you're nursing or feeding that baby, you feel very immobile.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, you know, you've got a toddler running around and you've got one on you, and, you know, you're like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
My son tried to crawl up on my lap and eat from the other boob.
Yes. And I think that happens.
I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't have enough for the both of you.
Do you know, I have to say,
you've got a lot of teeth.
I have seen this, and I think it's very cute. I've seen little ones sit on the couch, boy or girl, and they lift the shirt and put the baby doll there. And I just think it's adorable when you see it. Somebody will tell the boy later that they don't do that. That's okay.
So what do you do?
I think when you come to actually feed the baby, this is something, it's like the phone. When the phone rings, you know what it's like. The minute the phone rings and you pick up the phone, they want your attention.
Yes.
That is going to happen probably when you got to feed the baby. So have a few tools nearby. So let's say I'm on the couch and I'm going to feed the baby right now. I've got a bottle and the baby here. My suggestion would be, boy or girl, buy them their own little baby doll that they can feed themselves to.
While you're feeding the baby.
While you're feeding. They may not wish to, and that's okay. They may end up thrown across the room, and that's okay. Next thing you can do is bring out a book. You know, a storybook. What I'm saying is try, and you kind of got to divide your time. If you give your time solely to the baby at this time, they may resent that.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I know you mentioned before, you know, not letting the toddler be the last to know. So speaking of the...
So if you can actually bring yourself to do this, it really has been proven to actually go far. Okay. When you bring your baby home, you've got your baby in the car seat, if you put the baby down and you can step back, this is the tough part, you step back and let the older sibling go explore and do what they want to do, and you don't do the... We see the minute you do the... You've already created something around that baby.
Right.
Try and hold yourself back. Let them explore the baby.
Yes.
It will make the transition a little easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask this mommy here. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, how was it for you? These are both your little boys?
Yep. Hayden's 5 and Tyson's 3. And
She's almost 5.
Almost 5.
Almost 5.
It was a tough transition. Hayden was only 2 when Tyson came home, and he wanted Nanny to take Tyson home with him.
Right. It's
But,
tough, huh?
but they're best buddies now, and they get along real well.
I will say this, it doesn't usually last that long for most people. It's tough when you first bring them home, and then they get used to it, and it's like, okay, I don't mind having that other person around.
And you
It's
know, because
okay.
you've been there, right? So
Been there.
Been
yeah.
there. Been there,
yeah.
done it.
It
Yeah.
took a while. It was brutal in the beginning, but he's fine now. They
Yeah.
like each other.
That's
So
good.
thank you very much for those
Very
tips.
welcome.
Every